Amendment, God damn it.
Supreme Court. Expand the court. Expand the court.
That we've been in this fight with for a long time. Barry Grabart from Moms Demand Action. Moms has been an incredible ally.
Good legislation protecting healthcare providers who will be performing abortions on people from.
We've passed 25 gun laws to make our community safer in the last 3 years. 25 of them, all right? But that, what a lot of people don't know, they're like, oh, New York, it's easy to pass laws, right? But we had the Senate was was sort of supporting the gun lobby, the state Senate, for 5 years, from 2013 to 2018. We could not get a single bill to the floor of the state Senate for a vote. And we flipped the Senate, brought in a new majority, Andrea Stewart-Cousins, majority leader, who would tell me every quarter, Barry, get me a majority, you'll get your bills. And she lived up to that. And the state legislature, both the Assembly and the Senate and our governor, are working hard. But it doesn't happen by itself, right? The only reason it did that is we knocked on thousands of doors in 2018 to help flip the Senate, and thousands more in 2020 to get a supermajority in the Senate. And we need everybody doing that across the line. You know, it's not like magic that the Supreme Court does this. It's because the gun lobby spent $30 million to elect a president in 2016 who basically let them sit at the table, literally. This photo sitting at the table when he announced the Supreme Court Justice is Wayne LaPierre from the NRA sitting there with him, right? We can't do that. If we are not in the game, if we're not fighting, that's what's going to happen.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sunny Moon, and I've been doing this for more than 7 years. But more importantly, I trained as a physician in New Orleans in the mid-1990s. I have seen people die from gun violence. I have told parents that their children have died. I have told teenagers that they will never walk again. But what I want to bring you back to is how crazy this decision is. And I want you to understand the crazy ideology they said. A lot of these conservatives will say, we're going back to the original intention of the Constitution.
Oh,
Until 2008 in Howard versus DC, the individual right to own a gun was not even recognized until 2008. When people say we're going back to the Wild West times, we are not, because they had more gun control during the Wild West times. Do you know what the OK Corral, do you remember the showdown at the OK Corral, that famous movie? Do you know what it was about? It was because when somebody came into a town, they were required to give up their guns to the sheriff.
Gun control!
We are going backwards. We're going to medieval times. They had better gun laws in the Wild West.
Talk about it.
It is unprecedented. The other thing that I was shocked when I listened to a little bit about what Thomas said is that Clarence Thomas and many of these people are basing these decisions based on right-wing NRA talking points. Having a gun is not protective. Maybe it was in 1760, but not anymore. Having a gun in the home makes you 2 times more likely to die of murder, 3 times more likely to die of suicide. And for the first time, the #1 killer of kids in this country is what? Guns! And this year, a bill doing micro-stamping of gun casing.
Hi everyone, my name is Felix.
Miss, can you step
my
back
name
a
is
little bit?
Felix.
Thank you.
I am the one of the leaders for March for Our Lives New York State. I'm not going to yell right now, and I'm not going to yell because this is not my first time doing this week. 12 days ago, we shut down the Brooklyn Bridge telling people that gun violence had to stop. That was 12 days ago. 12 days later, they repealed a law that has been in New York State for over 100 years. We are going backwards. I think the best way to put this with gun violence is, in most things, you know, we have the phrase 1 step forward, 2 steps back. With gun violence prevention, it's 1 step forward, a mile backwards. And it's infuriating. Tomorrow, we're going to the federal courthouses to protest. We're doing it again because we have to keep marching. At the end of the day, activists don't want to keep being out here. We don't want to keep doing this. This is like the only job where we're trying to not have a job anymore. We don't want to be doing this, but we're not having a choice. Our government sucks. They're failing us. And at the end of the day, we have a system that is failing us. That isn't right. So on behalf of March for Our Lives, fuck the Supreme Court. And I'm sorry. Fuck the justice system. Thank you.
But you know we are working hard to do that. You know, I'm thinking of the intersection of their upcoming abortion decision and this decision. So anyone can take a gun and stand outside an abortion clinic in New York State. Imagine that. Imagine Times Square, the theater, the subway.
Pride.
Absolutely. It's a very scary time we are living in, but we need to protect each other.